Pope asthma? Yeah, I don't know about that. You should get one? I should convert? You think so? Wow. Look at everybody. So that's our new Pope. You would be a good Pope? You think I would be? Me? I don't know about that. First American Pope of all history. Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't think so either. The Pope of Nurgle? Yeah. Man, this timeline is crazy. Yeah. America just can't stop winning. Man. You look so happy? Well, I mean, yeah. Was the Pope Zachary in 700 AD? Just a piece of history? Yeah. Isn't it crazy how many historical events that we've had to watch on live stream together? I feel like it's been a bit too many. Maybe too many historical events. I don't know what they're saying. Viva Pope? Take it off? What do you mean, take it off? They're saying we want Trump? No, they're not.
La pace sia con tutti
Which hero
voi.
do you think
Peace
you
be
want to be
with you
today?
all.
Fratelli, sorelle carissimi.
Dearest
Who are
brothers
you
and
calling a
sisters,
raccoon,
il
huh?
primo saluto del Cristo risorto.
Now,
this is the
who
first
am I gonna
greetings
banish from this
of the
match?
Che ha dato
resurrected
la
Christ,
vita per il gregge di Dio.
the Good Shepherd who has given up his life for God. And I should also like this greeting of peace to enter our hearts and your families and to all those people, wherever they are,
Why is he not
all
speaking
people
Americans? I don't know.
throughout the world.
Sia con voi.
Peace be with you.
Jesus speaks in Italian. Is it Latin? Oh, Jesus speaks in Latin? Is that it? Yeah, I don't know. It could be either one. Well, this guy here, he's real happy. Bro, people
Questa
are
è
going
la
crazy
pace
over
di
this.
Cristo
Pick your
risorto.
hero.
This is the
Or villain.
peace
I'm
of the
not judging.
resurrected Christ,
Una pace disarmante, umile,
a humble and perseverant peace which comes from God, God who loves us all
incondizionalmente.
unconditionally.
Deacons believe.
Ancora conserviamo nei nostri orecchi.
Let us keep in our ears the weak voice of Pope Francis that blesses Rome.
When the chips are down, you want your heroes a little roguish and scruffy, like me.
Il Papa che
8
benedica
hours after meeting J.D.
30
Vance.
seconds before you
who
attack.
blessed
Get ready.
Rome,
That's crazy.
gave his blessing to the world, to the entire world, that morning of Easter. Allow me
Guy's the real
to
deal.
follow up on that blessing. God loves us. God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail.
That's good.
Battle starts in
We are
5,
all in the hands of
4,
God.
3, 2,
senza paura.
Therefore,
All you
without
have to do is catch the
fear,
mission area.
He's giving a world buff?
united,
Is this
hand in
it?
hand with God and amongst ourselves, let us go forward.
I don't think that's welcome.
We are the disciples of Christ.
You're ready for
Christ
action.
goes before us. The world needs his light.
Global buff, yeah.
Humanity needs him
Da Dio
like the bridge to God and his love.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
gli altri.
Help us and all others to build bridges
Capture
with
the mission area.
dialogue, with meeting, to be one common people, living always in peace. Thank you to Pope Francis.
Wow. More bridge builders? Yep.
Voglio ringraziare
More
anche
bridge builders, less
I'd
dick
also like to
suckers.
thank all my cardinal brethren who have chosen me to be the successor of Peter and to walk with you as a united church, always seeking peace and justice, seeking to work with men and women who are faithful to Jesus Christ, without fear,
Another
to
activist pope?
proclaim
You
the
think so?
gospel, to be missionaries.
You're welcome.
sono
United Church of America.
figlio di Sant'Agostino.
I am a son of St. Augustine, Augustinian.
I'll patch you up.
Che ha
He's not
detto
woke.
Augustine who said,
con voi
I'll look it up after this.
e per
with
voi
you I am a Christian,
in
and
questo
for you
senso
a
possiamo
bishop.
tutti
And I think in that sense we can all walk together
You're ready for action.
to that,
Here come the bad guys.
that hope which God has prepared.
The mission area.
It must be
Keep going.
crazy to be able to watch
alla
this.
Chiesa
To the church,
di Roma.
Disappear.
a very special greeting.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, yeah. Think about that.
Dobbiamo cercare insieme come Chiesa
We have to seek together to be a missionary church, a church that builds bridges and dialogue, always ready to accept, like this great piazza with its arms. We have to show our charity, presence, and be in dialogue with love. And I'd also like to
This is real firepower.
in Spanish to all those who,
Let's keep fighting until the point.
and particularly to my dearest beloved diocese in
This
Peru,
is real firepower.
where faithful people accompanied their bishop to share their faith with him, and who has got so much to be a faithful church. To all you brothers and sisters of Rome, of Italy, of the entire world, we must be a synergy, one which
This is
goes
real
forward,
firepower.
which always seeks peace, charity, and to be close to those who suffer.
Behold, dark trials!
Hope for Moscow.
This is the day of the supplication to the Madonna of Pompeii. Our Mother Mary always wanted to accompany us and be near us, to help us with her love.
vorrei pregare insieme
And I should like to therefore
Just say it.
pray
There's nothing I
together
can't
with you.
fix.
Let us pray for this new mission for the entire church and for peace in the world. And let us ask for this special grace from
30 seconds before
Mary,
you
our
attack.
God.
Get
Seems
ready.
all right to me.
Piena di grazia.
Hail
Il
Mary,
Signore è con te.
full of
Every time I
grace.
see you, I think to
Benedetta
myself,
fra le donne.
as
I
long
had
as
to say
Spider-Man
these
is
after I
alive,
admitted to the
You are
priest.
blessed amongst all
Oh,
women,
never mind.
and let it be the fruit
Never
of your
mind.
I don't
womb.
mean it that way. You just mean a lot to a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Holy Mary, pray for us sinners
That's a confession multiple times.
and be present at the
The
hour
battle
of our
starts
death.
in 5,
Amen.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Multiple ones? Yeah.
I had wondered when Doom would finally bring about the end of all things.
Relay deployed.
Well, there it is.
Ain't cheap.
Holy shit. So it looks like we've got a new pope
I'll
now.
patch you up.
I'll see if there's any information about the new pope or
Someone scratch my
what
back.
we know about him at all. I have no idea. Okay. This is great. Okay. So yeah, it looks like the internet's taking it really well. They're super happy about the American pope. There's a tremendous amount of support for it. The new pope got voted by Trump. Yeah, people are already saying Trump. Give me a second.
Capture the mission area.
Let's see here. First
I'm not
American.
gonna make it easy.
Bro, there it is. Wow.
You're ready for action.
Depending on his politics, we might have picked him as a way to slight Trump. I honestly don't think that probably had anything to do with it. Meet the new American Pope. Of course, he's anti-MAGA and woke. Another open borders Pope. What is this here? J.D. Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. What is this here? Is Trump indicating he's over the effects of deportation? Do you not see him suffering? His conscience not disturbed? What is this here? Pope Francis or J.D. Vance? Odu Amoris? And what the gospel asks all of us on immigration? Again, like I don't know if this is the introduction right here or not. And graduation is here the 14th, first American Pope on his election. Yeah, whatever is American, Augustine order, registered Republican, opposes female deacons, wears traditional garments,
Your team's
openly
capture
critical
progress
of
is
Western
past the
decline.
halfway point.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out, right, guys? Everybody expect people to agree with Trump? Yes, unironically. Yeah, that's basically the way that I've been
This
seeing.
is real firepower.
In 2012 address, he voiced concerns that Western culture promotes sympathy for beliefs and practices that contradict the gospel, specifically referencing the homosexual lifestyle and alternative families made up of same-sex partners and their adopted children. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this could have been 2012. He might have changed his viewpoints. It's hard really to say. We'll scroll down. We'll find what the fuck is a kilometer? Yeah, well, they gotta amend the Bible. Get out all these centimeters, millimeters, like kilometers. Move all of it back to miles and feet. And you can't change your
Yo,
views
can we
to
have
follow
some
dogma.
shield?
Well, I think plenty of people are able to.
Why
do
are we
that.
going to think they all have
There it
projectiles,
is.
bro?
So it looks like we have ourselves the first ever American Pope. Fine.
When the chips are down, you want your heroes a little roguish and scruffy, like me.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Where is this coming from, guys? This is insane.
30 seconds before
And,
you
We
attack.
don't need
the
die,
Vatican
bro. We
saying
will
now
die,
the
and then, like, I keep
American
dying.
Pope- Wait, this
We
is
need,
the new Vatican? Wait,
we
what?
need shield, bro.
So the,
We need a
version
shield.
of
Shield,
the Listard,
like, y'all not blocking
I
shit.
don't know. I mean, if they disagree with the
We have 2
the
meat
new
shields, and then, like, they keep getting
believes that America is plagued by
a bunch of,
racism and encourage
what is it called? The
vaccination.
ult. Can we get
That's why my
shield,
voice-
bro?
This is just him retweeting.
That Dr.
I-
Strange,
I
like,
wanna
you
see
know
what he
anything?
said exactly.
Magneto something,
Right?
bro. Please.
Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is
Come
just
on.
him retweeting bullshit. Yeah,
All
an
you need to
American
do is
Pope, you
capture the
say.
mission
There it
area.
is.
Got it?
Oh, fuck. And
Friends
they
have
say
saved
it's
my
not the
life
woke
far more times
Filipino.
than
Is that
weapons.
it?
Even
And,
so, it's
wow.
always nice to have a couple of wets.
Well, I'll see if there's any more information about this. Jesus book making Trump, I guess so, right? And let's see. Yeah, apparently is our turning point action team told pulled the voting history for Pope Leo. He's a registered Republican who has voted in Republican primaries when not living abroad. Our data shows he's a strong Republican and pro-life. Well, I could easily expect that. I mean, yeah. Probably. Yeah, a strong conservative. Okay. Oh, here's another quote from here. Oh, this is Pope Leo. Wait. This is him meeting Pope John Paul? Damn.
Capture the mission area.
Damn, this from like 300 years ago. It's an oil painting? Yeah, I guess so, right? And let's see if I can find it here. The promotion of gender ideology is confusing because it seeks to create genders that don't exist.
This is real firepower!
Let's see, we cannot rebuild trust society if we discard the weakest, whether a child in the womb, elderly frailty, or both gifts from God. Okay, sure. That's fine.
He dead. Loki dead.
People who think they can follow Christ in their own way without believing, without being part of the body or living in a distortion. Oh man.
Pope, and the Pope is from Chicago. What do we actually know about this new Pope? Well,
I'm
the
not
Pope is
gonna
from
make
Chicago.
it easy.
I am as well. He served in Peru. By the way, I'm not Catholic, by the way.
Your team's
I'm
capture
evangelical, but
progress
it's
has
still
passed the
kind of
halfway point.
He is a registered Republican and voted in Republican primaries and ran a pro-life group at Villanova University. So that's good sign. Also has some, let's just say, not so great tweets about having some willingness for open borders. How he is on that. Also some George Floyd stuff that I'm not too crazy about. But overall, it seems like there's a lot yet to learn about this Pope.
This is real firepower! I'll patch you up. Never miss.
Don, are you really gonna? You're not gonna do this, are you? You're not going to fucking do this. Like, I can get memeing around, right? But there's no way you're about to pull this shit.
Mantis is ready to strike.
Is that they want a voice that is also for the opening of American borders while we have President Trump. Who knows?
I don't think so.
Let's see, but by the way,
any messaging from the Vatican about opening borders is going to go directly into the garbage.
You can't expect to win
You
them all.
cannot live in a walled city and then advocate for open borders. Really? I mean, what are we doing?
for biblical, close your borders, love your people. You should, of course, love everyone.
Yes.
The best way to love them is to have them make
Put
their
them in El
countries
Salvador
great.
prisons.
And our God is a God of order, a God of
Yes.
structure, and does not want millions of people who we do not know coming into our country in the dilution of sovereignty. So there's a new pope. A lot more to learn about it, and congratulations to all Catholics who are excited about it.
Yeah.
Some people are saying he's super liberal. We know he was a registered Republican. Time will tell. And we'll keep all Christians in our prayers, Catholics included, that this is for the betterment of humanity.
Well, we'll see what happens, right? I mean, I would say, like, overall, I don't think this had anything to do with Donald Trump. I just don't think so. But, you know, I guess we're going to have to find. No, Patrick is not a progressive. Probably not. Pope Leo is critical of Western media's portrayal of homosexual lifestyle. He viewed these representations as being at odds with the gospel. Well, I mean, like, look, I'm not a religious wizard, right? But from what I've heard is that the Bible's not a fan of being gay. I haven't heard anything good about being gay in the Bible. Yeah, I hear a lot of bad things about it, though. I've noticed that. No, you're not. Yeah, I know, guys. Since when? I don't know. Probably about like 2,000 years ago, somewhere around there. And let's see if I can find Pope. Dude. Oh, God. And this one time in 2024, spoke out against gay marriage. She supported George Floyd, enforced COVID vax, and mass migration. I don't know exactly what this is. I guess we're going to have to find out. And let's see if there's rest. He reposted an article about a guy winning a championship. So he watches basketball. Okay, cool. And this is about some guy getting deported. Well, I guess that's it, gentlemen. We have ourselves the new pope. What do you guys think? L Pope or W Pope? What do you think, guys? W Pope for now. Time will tell. Yeah. I mean, there is a part of me that's a little bit disappointed that they didn't. I mean, I guess there was like no way they were going to elect like a schizo pope, right? Like that Cardinal Sarah guy. Like there was like a 0% chance of that happening. But like, I was imagining this happening. Right? That would be fucking crazy. Yeah, and yeah, this guy, I feel like this guy seems pretty mild in general. Like, this is what my viewpoint is. I think this seems like a very mild-mannered, you know, kind of traditional, centrist, like, this doesn't seem like it's a, like, Pope Francis was a pretty big shift. I think that Pope fucking Benedict was also kind of more of a shift towards traditionalism. I think this guy's kind of in the middle, I'd say. Yeah, it's a safe pick. Yeah, boring pick. Yeah, it's not a crazy pope. There's nothing else nuts going on. Yeah, less progressive. It seems that way, right? But see his reposts? I did see his reposts, but who knows whether he's running that account? I have no idea. These 4 pictures are why I have faith in Pope Leo. So this is John Paul. This is Benedict. Francis. Oh, he's got the same armor set on. Yeah, he pretty much does. Yeah. Damn. Bro, he's using the same set? Yeah, I guess so. Looking at guys around him. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. But, yeah, I have no idea. I'd say, yeah, the same loadout. Yeah, there you go. And same cosmetics, bring back the gear. I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, I kind of liked what Pope Francis did in some ways, but I do think that, and it sounds stupid, but whenever they're all dressed up in their full raid gear, it does look cool. It does. It looks cool, and it's like, why can't they look cool as well, right? Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's got the drip. Yeah, I think that people can respect the drip a little bit. But, you know, I think this guy kind of went a little bit too far with, you know, that stuff. But, you know, maybe this is like a bit of a calibration in the middle. So, yeah, raid gear. Yeah, definitely. Palpatine. Well, this guy, I mean, my understanding of this guy is that he was actually, out of even all 4 of them, to the best of my understanding, he was, like, by far the most educated, right? Like, this guy was like a fucking, like, level 90 wizard pope, right? And, like, the other guys, maybe not so much. He was? Yeah, he was, like, the most educated one out of all of them. Yeah, wrote books. Yeah, exactly, right? And so, he was a literal Nazi? Well, that's not so good, is it? I don't think the Pope was a Nazi, by the way. I think that's a bit much. But, yeah, an American Pope. There it is, gentlemen. Pope Leo is already destroying the forces of darkness. Oh, God. I think people should be a little bit more careful. We pray for Mr. George Floyd and his family. What's wrong with praying for George Floyd? Does George Floyd not deserve to go to heaven? I mean, come on. What if he... I thought George Floyd turned his life around. I mean, besides doing fentanyl, I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, who do they follow? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's in heaven, maybe not. I don't know, guys. I guess maybe one day, hopefully, we'll find out. $2.5 million views. That's a lot of views. A lot of people saw this one.
Breaking news, Vice President J.D. Vance just saying the Trump administration is, quote, feeling good about Trump's tariffs.
We're feeling good. Look, I frankly thought in some ways it could be worse in the markets because this is a big transition. You saw the president said earlier today, it's like a patient who was very sick. We did the operation, and now it's time to make the patient better. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, this says Jim Cramer from CNBC's Mad Money, who has never been a free trader, right? So he's not just out here to go against them. No. He's saying the White House doesn't seem to understand what it's trying to do and that the reciprocal tariffs are not reciprocal. They're not. And could do tremendous damage. So out front now, Jim Cramer of CNBC's Mad Money and Squawk on the Street, all on CNBC, that incredible network that I will love to the day I die.
Just so great to be here with you, Erin.
So, and I'm so thrilled that we're able to talk. Okay, so What the heck is going on?
Well, I'm let down because yes, I'm not a free trader. I'm a fair trader, always have been from the days when you worked with me at CNBC.
Yep.
And what I was hoping was that a coordinated thing where if you are charging us 20%, we charge you 20. Instead of a car where we're only making you pay 2.5 and you're not letting us in, we try to get things better. But instead,
so on a specific thing, you go, if they're 10 on a car, you go 10 on a car.
But I went deep on the numbers today, and the numbers did not make any sense. And I was actually.
I was doing like bananas in Vietnam. You did Cramerica.
Well, I just said, it's one of these things where if I'm.
The reason why it doesn't make any sense, there are two reasons, and I think both of them are equally plausible. The first reason is that Trump intentionally makes it not make sense in order to destabilize things and stress people out because it gives him more control. And the second reason could also be because he's stupid. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. Yeah.
I'm doing 100 billion, and you're letting me do 10 billion, and I'm letting you do 100 billion. There was a way to be able to make it work, but the numbers that they did, and they had this ridiculous. I mean, that was the chart that they had with the mathematical equation. I mean, are you kidding me? How about just like
it looked like an Einstein.
I know. How about the fact that it was just wrong?
Yeah.
And what bothered me, Aaron, was that they really did over and over again. The president said, "Listen, it's going to be reciprocal. So you do it, we do it, and that was going to be so good." And I really believed in it. And I feel like a sucker tonight. Because I am not a free trader, and I do not believe in free trade. And I was just as tough, if not tougher, than his people. But they screwed it up, and they did it a totally ill-advised way. And I was very let down as someone who really, truly believes that free trade is awful for the American working person. This is what they came up with. Geez, come on, have some gumption, have some math.
I mean, how in the world do they do that after all of this? Jerome Powell,
they assured us over and over again, Aaron, that they were going to do the thing that would make it so that the tariffs would come down and the countries that were bad actors would change their ways. And then Israel decides to get rid of tariffs.
And they tariffed them anyway.
Vietnam decides to cut.
Yeah, Israel decided to get rid of their tariffs on the U.S., and then Trump decided to just keep tariffing them. I think he said even it's going to now we're going to make it even higher. I don't know why he would do that. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. I think that they should be more specific if they want people. These experts think that we'll listen to them after they soiled their reputation after the last decades. These are the same clowns that said FTX was a great company and the company of the future. You're right. That's a great point.
Tariff, and they still got the highest tariff. It was such a shame because they missed the opportunity, and now they have to pay the price. And it's funny too because.
So this is all about Israel? Like what?
None of this stock market, none of this had to happen. And I feel bad because a lot of people lose money when this happens. I hope people just be calm, be constructive. But the way that they handled it was so Bush League that I was surprised. And President Trump has people who around him know these things. And
can you explain why when you hear Scott Bessent, he is a smart guy.
He's very smart.
He is a smart, thoughtful, respected person. Right. And he came out and defended these.
Well, I think when you
but people like that, they know. He knows.
You know, I tried to think like that because Peter Navarro is someone I've known for 5 decades.
Yep.
And I was hoping that Peter, who I talk with a lot, really understood because he understood. He taught me these things. And I know he knows what reciprocal tariff really is, and he didn't deliver on that. And that was a shame because there was such a great opportunity to course correct and make it so all these people who've taken advantage of our country repeatedly and wiped out all of the jobs in small towns, wiped out my father's job. This is one of the reasons why I've always felt like this. It's ridiculous how badly we've been taken advantage of. And I thought they were going to do something. And what did they do? They cratered the damn stock market and gave us nothing.
Well, I just want to emphasize.
Well, the thing is that you've got to keep in mind that the stock market is not like all of the wealth in the country is primarily consolidated among a handful of people. And so that's really the reason why you're not going to get average people giving a shit about this in a big way. It's because all of this wealth and like the numbers are going up. Oh, the numbers go for who? For fucking who? The prices though? Yeah, exactly. It's also trade deficits, not taking into account not just their tariffs they put on us. Yeah. It doesn't trickle down? No, it doesn't.
Guys, again, I think it's so important to emphasize where you're coming from. Because there are some who will come out and say, well, you know, free trade, you know, Larry Kudlow, your old friend,
I
right?
know, and that we always had was a very flashpoint with me and Larry.
Right, was about free trade, and they'll make the economic argument for it, and they'll make, right, that you're not actually coming from that. You
Not
would
at
have
all.
been open. You're not ideologically opposed to the concept of what they were trying to do.
Not at all.
But they didn't do it.
They made a bargain with the devil. They decided to get rid of the American working person's good job with a good pension and sacrifice it so we could get cheap goods. And they never thought for a minute, the Republicans or Democrats, what would happen to those towns and those people, and they were left.
If you get cheap goods, wouldn't you only need cheap goods if you don't have a lot of money? And if you had a better job, wouldn't you be able to afford the higher quality goods? It wouldn't be necessary to send them over there. So it's like you're creating a problem by making people make less money and then solving it. Like, I don't know.
Behind, and I always felt that was horrendous. A president comes along that's going to do something about it, and this is what he does?
You know, part of the reason, and you and I are friends for a long, long time, but many people know our relationship for this one moment. Not this moment, but a moment.
And decades of my.
I think that, like, really, in terms of like messaging, I'm actually surprised this clip is so popular because there's not really any sort of like clear explanation as to like why anything is bad and why anything isn't working. It's just kind of like I can't believe he's doing this. Why is he doing this at all? And yeah, it's very hard to understand. Devin, I just want more clear explanations. I seen yesterday. What is this here? Take on tariffs. Let me see where this is.
So fortunate to be friends with you and your family.
But there was this moment, and if anyone hasn't seen it, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because we're in a moment right now. I don't know if you heard Peter Tuchman describe it on the floor today. That it was a feeling like in COVID, of just feeling a darkness and a fear and on that floor that people hadn't felt. And it was a horrible feeling. It makes you feel sick. And there was another moment, he mentioned COVID, there was one other moment. And that moment was that horrible crash when nobody thought they could even get money out of an ATM.
No, it was us.
And you said it like it was at that time. I want to play the moment.
He has no idea.
Kramer.
I have talked to the heads of almost every single one of these firms in the last 72 hours, and he has no idea what it's like out there. None! And Bill Poole has no idea what it's like out there. My people have been in this game for 25 years, and they are losing their jobs, and these firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Kramer.
Man.
I have not seen it like this since I went 5 bid for 500,000 shares of Citigroup when I got hit in 1990. This is a different kind of market, and the Fed is asleep.
Nailed that one. You know, little.
Yeah.
Obviously, is very much less medicated than me now, or maybe just younger and a little more fiery. But yeah, that was 2007. You and I both knew, and I was getting tired of trying to be calm and trying to be like
medicated,
we are supposed to be on TV.
Right.
I always felt comfortable with you, and I know that. I just said, oh shit, excuse me. That's down.
That's
like
all right. Restoration
sound like
Hardware
Gary Friedman. My friend is going to be on tomorrow at RH. I'm
Man.
going to have him on.
Oh, you're going to have him on?
Yeah,
You're just fucking
Well,
it
I want
up.
to know what it's like in that moment when you look down your computer on your
100
call.
points. When you drop 100 points, you're
But
stuck.
here we are, and I understand it's a different moment in
just
some
cursed on
senses.
CNN.
But
I'm sorry.
It's another moment like that, though.
Well, okay,
where
so
he comes
I
out and
have to say that this is probably the worst video I've ever watched. This video reminds me of like whenever you're writing an essay about something that you don't understand and you never actually explain anything, you just restate things that like general opinions over and over. Like I actually, and then it's like now you're just playing a rant. Like this is I thought like, okay, well this has like 2 million views, right? I mean, this is probably going to be good, isn't it? Like there's no way it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit. 2 million people watch this.
people should know better, and they don't.
Okay, so let's put it in perspective. Then I was worried about my paycheck. I was worried about all the banks failing. I was worried that Bernanke didn't know what he's doing, and he didn't. That Tim Geithner was a terrific Treasury Secretary, but he didn't understand. And what I saw happening was just the unraveling of the Republic. This is not that. This is a man-made issue that can be corrected through some thought. Maybe get the Treasury Secretary more involved. Maybe explain to the people why you want to do this. But this is nothing.
And by the way,
like
a man-made issue. It is an issue made by one man.
Right. So it's true. And there were others who were around him who didn't give him good advice. But this can be, and look, and I know he's going to have to dig in his heels because that's his nature. But the economy's stronger. Unemployment is very, very low still. We still have a fantastic Fed chief in Jay Powell, who is a remarkable person, an adult in the room who will do the right thing now because they just created inflation. They didn't seem to realize. I mean, I thought that President Trump won in part because he realized that there was so much inflation. Well, they just gave you far more inflation. That was a shame. And now you got people hoarding. Forget that. I mean, I'll see you at Costco on Saturday. I love Costco, but not because I'm hoarding. But I do buy gold for Costco, and I like gold. But I